Cool. The game is up and the mouse is in the way. Oops. Probably should get that out. Alright. That's easy. Let's just skip through the opening logos and the like. What was the calibration for anyways? I've never actually gotten into that menu, but maybe I'll check it out after this stream. Playing on, well, tricky, but it's supposed to be normal difficulty really. Because it was like what? Tricky, that was the one in the middle. Insane or something like that was the third, and the first one was like mild. Alright, so let's see, what were we doing last week? That is right. So basically what ended up happening was I finally finished Crash of the Titans, and now I've jumped into Mind of a Mutant, but I only managed to do so much as far as that goes, because as you can tell, my half an hour playtime supposedly should have been more than that, since I had streamed for like maybe what, just under an hour, I want to say. But yeah, so
freeze sparkling water with this Titan. Give it a try now.
the fact that we can like what's the word? The fact that we can now jump with Titans is definitely like a huge improvement, whereas like I wish I could move around a bit more when I had like, you know, Jack Titans back in Crash of the Titans, if you know what I mean. Really would have felt a lot more beneficial.
Oh, snap! That power-up lets you do 4 times the damage for a short time. Hurry up and hit somebody!
Okay, 4 times damage power up, okay. I thought that was just... Well, I mean, voodoo dolls are usually pretty important in these Crash games, like Crash of the Titans and Mind of a Mutant. In particular... we can freeze the water over there. So, I'm seeing the vision for certain, like, areas right now. Just based on the fact that we've got a rat-sickle of all things that we're jacked into. Right. Now, the question then becomes... Right. I'll just go up this way, grab the mojo, and then work my way down here. Then I need to freeze this thing by doing this.
To easily freeze blasts of water.
Now, can I only just jump? Yes, I can only jump once. But didn't realize that these Titans can actually hang off of the edge as well. This stuff seems obvious, but like it's not something that I feel like devs would have thought of otherwise. Now, what to do here? Do I just head back down? What's the up and up here? Head back the way that I came from, take the lift up, and I'm sure that's gonna lead us to like the bridge on the other side. Hopefully. So, jump on, there we go. And then jump across and kill this. Actually, I need to double check to make sure that I am streaming to YouTube, because for some reason, YouTube in particular, you need to not start stream, but like hit a go live button after you've started the stream, whereas every other platform just starts the stream, whether it's Twitch or Kick. Alright, here we go. Jump across, and let's just start spamming attack. And I'm sure that this switch is the one that then opens up the door to the next area. Because at the moment, our main objective, at least right now, is to chase after Engine. Because for some reason, Coco and Crunch thought it would be a marvelous idea to basically put like these goggles on to incapacitate them by being like, I'm on the internet, too busy, can't be bothered to do anything else type of thing. Right. Oh, there's a free Jack mask over there. Do I want to go for it? Might as well, since I'm here. So I'll just go across here.
You can freeze flowing water
Sneeze.
blast and jump on them with your Titan.
Look. Sneeze. And then just jump across. Oh no, I do.
Crash,
Additional life?
You just
No, upgrade.
unlocked a health upgrade. Now watch that health bar grow. A little bit anyway.
Crash's health is upgraded. A Wumpa a day. I did not see it go up at all, to be completely honest. Oh no, it's because I'm controlling a Titan, not Crash. Got it. Easy. Alright. Looks like the Titans can't climb. And I'm gonna let that thing explode. Blowing it. No, okay. I thought that it was gonna blow up everything, but I guess not. I mean, it is a bomb after all. You would have. Oh. Now I can see the box on the left was a wooden box. The rest of it, yeah. Makes sense.
You've earned your first upgrade. Both you and the creatures you jack can be upgraded.
I see.
The mojo you collect will count towards upgrading.
If you play Kung Fu Panda 2 DS, Ferocious 5 member will... High Ferocious 5 member will you use the most among them to fight with Poe. I think I'd probably pick Tigress of the 5 if I were to take a pick. She seems like the best in terms of the type of combat style that I'm looking for to fight alongside Poe. But that's my thoughts.
When you freeze water blasts, you can use a heavy attack to break through them.
Oh wait, hold on. Let me smash this. Yeah, there we go. The water's not blocking the way. I could have also just climbed over as well. Just as easily, I think.
Evil and lunacy on the wind. Engine must be up ahead somewhere.
Oh yeah, here we go. So I'm just gonna save real quick. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have this habit a lot where I'm just like saving all the time every time I come across a save point. Continue. All right. Yep, so engine is inside and we need to get in there somehow. Question is, how?
I think there's somebody inside here, Crash. Go check it out.
Oh wait, actually the door just opened up. I thought we had to like bust the door open or something. Yes, I've been playing the game and Tigress seems like the best party member, but I'm still trying to unlock Crane, the weakest character in the game. I feel like that's very much like a challenge mode type of thing.
What are you doing here?
Trying to play with only Crane.
Special place.
Oh, well, with Poe and Crane rather.
Shaved. You weren't supposed to see it like this.
Engine, what are you even doing here?
When Dr. Cortex escaped, he left me here. But I have brains and desires and will not be ignored. I have been watching you and your delicious sister.
Delicious?
Precious? I meant precious. I'm gonna eat her. Watch bandicoots and collect information.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
And when Cortex is triumphant, I will be rewarded with glories and showers of presents like 1,000,000 kwanzas. And I, Engine, will be made king of Wumpa Island. I'm a be like Serpentor.
Ugh, you're totally nuts. Punch him in the throat.
Not my throat. I need that for swallowing. Guards!
Oh well, Engine, crazy as ever. Appreciate him though. Love the black and white animated aesthetic from like a cartoon in the 1950s. I heard most people say the second best party member behind Tigress was Mantis because he had the fastest speed and can take more turns to attack enemies. Oh yeah, because then you're making use of the turn-based RPG mechanics of Kung Fu Panda 2. Because yeah, that like you mentioned, I think before, Jonathan, completely different game because it's a completely different genre as well. So that's like, again, additional attacks per turn makes it so that attacks are more abusable per turn. The fact that you can, do more with it. Same idea, basically.
We gotta stop meeting like this, Engine.
Wait! Stop! Leave me alone! I am too pretty to be thrown punched! For I have been watching and studying you for a lonely year now, with only these idiot rats as company!
That's not very nice, boss.
Quiet, Tina! or I shall give you the back of my missile.
I'm only gonna say this once, Engine. Get off our island.
I'm sorry. I'm not here to take your message right now. Please leave a message after the beep. Beep! I'm going. It was worth a shot.
Let's see what Crunch and Coco are up to. Probably still stuck in their idiotic headsets.
This is increditasticular. I'm getting up to the minute weather.
Yeah, no, they're still on it.
And I'm attending a symposium on the effect of hungry hippos on children.
Are they supposed to be doing that?
Probably a feature. Don't worry about it.
I feel funny. Not ha-ha funny neither. Fold your laundry.
Mind control devices, of course. That's what the headsets had to be. Well, we're way too far away to do much about that. But at least we found Engine, I guess.
Coco and Crunch. Get moving, boy. Crash, I can store your Titan for you so you can take him along.
Oh yeah, sweet.
Try it now.
Store a mutant. Alright, cool. I think it was about time we were able to do that. I knew we could, I just couldn't remember when we actually unlocked it. Alright, well anyway. Moving on from that, though. Which way are we heading? It's too bad Coco is not the second play in the PS2 version. It would have been nice, but the thing is that it makes sense because Coco becomes, you know, well, as you've seen there, a villain, or like an enemy rather, that we're gonna have to fight later on. I don't remember if we have to fight them or like what, but they've become ferocious, so I don't know. Take it for what it's worth. I feel like if they were to make an additional playable character, I feel like it would have had to have been Aku Aku. I can't think of many other characters that would be playable since we've got Crunch and Coco here, unless they want to bring back like Tiny Tiger in some ways. I don't know. I'm just trying to like drum up options here, right? Options aren't exactly as widely available because there's only like a handful of good characters, or characters that are on the good guy side.
Quickly, Crash. Go to the back of the Doominator.
Oh yeah, the Doominator, the thing that crashed underground after the boss fight of Crash of the Titans. You can only use her as a second controller in the Xbox 360 and Wii versions. Wait, you can? Huh. What about the PS3 version? I feel like that's also in the same generation, you know what I mean? Because I am playing the PS2 version at the moment. The PSP version, I'm pretty sure you can't. Unless it had multiplayer, but I can't remember if it did or didn't. Wait, so does this mean this is a boss fight? Feels like it would be. We need to use our Titan.
Oh! Don't touch my gizmo! It's fantabulous!
Crunch, come back.
Alright, well, Coco's getting in our way. Ah, yes, boss fight. Got it. There is no PS3 version for Titans and Mutants. Wait, isn't there? Hold on. Wait. That feels wrong. There should be, I feel like. Wait, give me a second. So if I go Crash, Mind over Mutants, PS3. Ah, okay. Oh. Ah, okay. So I see what's happened here. Yeah, so no PS3 version was made because the Wii version was the version that was made first, and then because the PS2 had like 150 million consoles in the market, they basically just downscaled the PS3 version and put that out on PS2 instead. So the fact that the PS2 had such a big, absolutely massive amount of consoles on the market, they didn't bother making a PS3 version. Only Dawn of the Dragon released that same year as Mutants had a PS3. Oh, yeah. So yes, Dawn of the Dragon did have a PS3 version. That's why I had assumed that was gonna be the case, right?
Crash, time an attack just right, you can hit back projectiles. What do you do now?
This is ridiculous.
Because I thought that like PSP version was gonna be like a less powered down version.
Crash, don't forget, you can use the feature to freeze water at places like this.
Ow, that smarted. This makes no sense.
I think I need to do one more, right? I have to freeze her, okay. Also, it was R1, I hit R2 instead, that was an accident.
Better not left a mark. It's a little worrying. Chilly, so pointy.
Just gonna hit these back. Whoop.
Stop.
Like, as a boss fight goes, this at least seems significantly more reasonable than, like,
Screaming.
the Titan boss fights, for example. It's crazy Dawn of the Dragon was the more well-received game compared to Mutants. Dawn of the Dragon as a game, I can understand was better, even if the flying was pretty out there. But the thing is that the cutscenes and story and presentation of Mutants is actually really good. So, I feel like they're all relatively, like, you know, as far as quality goes, in a similar spot, having now finally been able to play through, you know, Dawn of the Dragon.
The NV loaded you up with some sort of dark mojo. I could feel my brother's influence pervading you.
Oh, but it was so cool. Are you sure it was nefarious?
Oh yeah, you practically grew horns.
Oh, fudge. Well, now I'm mad. The best gizmo in ages is evil.
Crunch is still under the NV's control. We need to find where he's going.
Relax, boys. I got a plan. I'll use the eye to hack into the villain's network. Just give me a sec. Think I've got something. There's a video posted in Cortex's blog.
Cortex has a blog?
Oh yeah, all the cool kids do it now. Well, they did 2 years ago anyway.
Really? I never heard of that.
Huh.
Big shock. Watch this.
I just love, like, the just variety of animated styles. Like, what I'm watching here is, like, an animated Batman comic book, for example, from the mid-2000s. Similar to, like, Batman 100 Years Old, for example. It very much feels like it has that vibe. Legend of Spyro Darkest Hour had a chance to come out in the future, but crash landed. The sequel to Mutants got scrapped entirely. Yeah, I mean, that is the difference between the two.
My name sounds like fetus. No doubt you all remember me as the creator of the Evolvo Ray.
That was him? I thought Cortex did that.
Of course it was me. I invented the Evolvo Ray and mutagenetic techniques still used by that treacherous Cortex today. I was in the first game! Lovely mutagen. So good. And I'm very happy to be back.
I can't remember if
been forever
Embryo
since
was
we
actually
got
in the
some
first.
old school
Yeah, no, he was in the first game, wasn't he?
Oh, and I've got some old school evil in mind. Allow me to present the NV!
That looks totally awesome. I designed it and I want 4 of them.
Best of all, with it I can create the most powerful mutants ever! And one's totally under my control. Watch. Totally cool, n'est-ce pas? Check this out.
Okay, so he's just controlling the mutants, of course.
Cortex, what is the meaning of this? Release me.
Why is it the
immediately.
Darkest Hour gets to continue the story of Dawn of the Dragon, but Crash had to cancel landed for It's About Time instead? Well, the thing is that we didn't get It's About Time until, like, much later. Because Mutants was 2008, and 12 years later we got It's About Time. Maybe Crash Landed wasn't considered a good game, but the thing is that Mutants put Crash on ice until 2017. So for 9 years we did not get a new Crash game.
Look, it's nothing personal.
And also with
I simply
Spyro,
need a
like,
source of bad mojo to fuel the
2008,
NV.
we then got all of the Skylanders games, And then Skylanders, I think, stopped in 2015, only to then get Spyro Reignited Trilogy in 2018. So, I don't know, man.
But wait, Cortex. How will we get
It's
these
just
devices on
how
the
the
mutant heads?
decisions were made on like which
That's the
games
easy
got
part. We'll give it
you know,
to them.
greenlit and whatever have you. I wish we had gotten both, but we'd be on a pretty different trajectory in terms of like time, right?
My swords hurt.
We're in an interesting spot as far as all of this goes. Since Crash 4 did really well, hoping that we get a new Crash game. Reignited Trilogy did really well, but we haven't seen a Spyro 4 yet. We'll just have to kind of wait and see how things go.
That envy gave you brain damage.
Look, she'll be on the outs with Cortex after all her shenanigans. Face it, she's our only lead.
Oh no, there we've got co-op now, so Coco can actually join us. So we do indeed have co-op. It's just that I didn't play far enough to the point where we do get co-op, so yeah. We're here, I guess. Find information on Nina. You know, for a game that's supposed to be on the PS3, this game is running pretty good as like a PS2 game. I think Legend of Spyro sub-series has a very strict continuity, which must be faithful to its sequel, while the whole Crash series allows the changing of tone. I mean, I agree with you on the Crash part of it, you know, allowing it to change its tone. I mean, usually in a fairly comedic fashion and whatever have you, but I don't agree with the Spyro part because of the development cycle of the fact that 1 and 2 happened at the same time for Legend of Spyro, and the fact that the third game was made afterwards, suggests that like they would have had to have known what the contents of the game were going to be.
Crash, at places like this, you can climb straight up. See? You don't have to jump everywhere. Just most places.
And it certainly feels that way that, you know, between the first 2 Legend of Spyro games that they did release at the same time, it does feel like that they were made at the same time, I should say. Okay, I'm gonna jack this one now. Cool. So now we've got mutant on mutant action. Let's go. I died. Alright. What do you got?
I don't think he looks nimble enough to swing on that rope. You'll have to do it yourself.
Okay, I'm just gonna have to defeat this one. It looks like killing my own mutant doesn't really do anything, so I don't get anything beneficial out of it. There we go. Whoop. Rock, rock, rock. And then I can just tighten up. I think Legend of Spyro... oh no, wait, I already read that chat. Never mind. I guess this is kind of what happens when I like don't pay attention to the chat. It's like I'm pretty quick to forget stuff, so it's like, oh, did I read that message already or did I not? You know, that type of thing. How have I been streaming for 20 minutes already? What? Certainly doesn't feel that way. It feels like time is just going by very quickly. But I suppose that's more to the game's benefit. It's better to have a game that's fun, where time goes by quickly, than it is for something to feel like it's going to drag. Because it shows that you're actually having fun, and not really, you know, paying too much attention to, say, for example, the amount of time that's being spent doing a thing. So I would argue, yeah, that's a beneficial thing. People said among all the DreamWorks movie original concepts that were scrapped, Kung Fu Panda 3's darker tone was a more disappointing, was the most disappointing towards fans of the first two films. I mean, yeah, sure. But now we've got to consider, like, now that the decision has been made on how the tone is going to be going moving forward, well, what does that ultimately mean for us as the people watching the movie? Where are we ultimately going to fall in all of this? Because my assumption is going to be that, like, you know, whatever tone that we now currently have is the intended tone, not just moving forward, but also that the creators originally wanted. And again, just because someone made something doesn't mean they're making a good decision in that regard, but it's just that it's their product to make. Ooh, Ice Palace. I think this place is called Ratsicle Prison or something to that extent. I can't remember exactly what this area is called, but it's something like that. Because I do remember playing through this area on the PSP. They might have reused those dark concepts for the third movie and incorporated similar way into the final film to salvage that idea. And again, that's being very charitable, I would say, in that regard. I think outside of that, though, like, what other options are there? Because thinking about it now, that's the assumption that the fifth movie is going to feature all of it.
All mutants brought under NV control.
Here they come! Get ready!
Yep, got him. I got a boxing glove? Huh. I don't know. Boxing gloves aside, though. I forgot I can block. Probably should have done that. Well, anyway.
Crash, don't forget that you can use your creature to freeze water at places like this.
Square, right. Sometimes they don't need to use Kai again for that concept, or a brand new character that uses his original portrayal. Yeah, because that, at least for now, Kai's story arc is done as far as we're concerned. So I do agree with that statement that, like, that it shouldn't be Kai, but rather a brand new character that needs to, you know, fit the bill if that's what they're wanting to go for. And no doubt, like, with each new movie coming out, that, or at least every new movie in a series, new characters do need to be introduced at some point. I mean, like, they're already introducing new characters into Shrek 5, so, and Toy Story 5, so I, again, would not be too surprised about that. Speaking of which, Toy Story 5 is actually about to come out, now that I'm looking at it. I need to ask my friend if he's actually willing to go to the movies with me to go and watch it, because he wasn't a fan of Toy Story 4, so I do kind of wonder, like, if he'll be up for watching Toy Story 5 with me like we did with 4. In fact, 4 was actually not that long ago either. It was like a few years ago, wasn't it? The original, more evil Kai concepts was more interesting because unlike the comedic version, he kills Shifu, Mr. Ping, and the Ferocious Five permanently. Character deaths need to matter, and I think that's something that I feel like can be easily forgotten about. Just going willy-nilly and killing everyone is usually not a great thing because you need to have characters to have a story. Unless, like, you're looking to reboot everything, then there's a possibility of that too. It's great to have a Titan, but it's unfortunate that, you know, due to a good amount of strength, but limited mobility of all things. Right. Alright, I guess I'm just gonna have to jump off of this Titan and just let him go, unfortunately. Okay, and then we're just gonna jump off, hop down, grab some mojo that's here. Ah. Great, now I just need to make sure that I land here, because Mutants doesn't have the glowy circle that you have in Crash 4. It's about time where you can see where you're about to land. I think the final version of Kai tried too hard to make him sympathetic, like Tai Lung, where he was supposed to be more evil than Zen originally. Making characters more sympathetic. Because the thing is that goes back to like the idea of like what was the vision for the character. Even if ideas do get scrapped, we're looking at like a giant what if scenario. And what ifs usually don't matter in the grand scheme of things, except during like I wouldn't say conspiracy theory, but like when we start theorizing. When we start like, you know, theorizing about you know, what the deal was with that character. Okay, I actually need to focus here, sorry. Cause my god, this is gonna be a bit of a pain to get through, given that this is I'm using a pretty chunky Titan right now, actually. So if I just make my way across, what I'm hoping to do is like, okay, you know what? I'm just gonna have to stick with Crash here. Yeah, the mobility is just much more important, I would say. There we go, we're almost there. Yeah, I think it was a lot easier as Crash rather than as a Titan. Gotcha. Original Kai was that he was corrupted by an evil spirit that caused him to massacre the entire world, but the final product just made him a greedy, funny guy. I think they should bring the idea of an evil spirit in, for the next movie at least. But should they tackle it as is? That's the question I'm wondering.
We need to find out where Nina's school is, Crash. Try talking to the local mutants.
Oh, what do we have here?
I'm the architect's assistant, by the way, and I'll be acting as translator, as he doesn't care enough about you to form actual words.
Okay, who do we have here?
Hello, Mr. Crash Person, and welcome to our lovely home. Feel free to talk to Big Mouth over there, or hit me if you want entertainment. Oh, why do I exist?
Well, he seems like a fun guy to be around, all things considered. Who else do we have? Yeah, let me just bring out a Titan and then just smash up some rocks while I'm here. Why the hell not, right? Oh, and I should probably save as well. Yes. Original Kai, I like him better because once he absorbs your chi, your spirit is gone forever, and the statue transformation is irreversible. I feel like that level of permanence is definitely a good thing, because it really brings stakes to the table. But the thing is, with the lighter tone, it's less than ideal.
The Honorable Architect is greeting you, and has no time to talk to lesser mutations.
So, you're Crash, right? I heard a box killed your father or something, huh? I'm kind of a big deal myself. I keep this place safe.
Sure, I guess. I don't know what this guy's up to. Let's just make our way this way. I don't think we're going to get much in the way of information here, unless this guy with the exclamation mark on his head has anything to say about it.
Oh, hot diddly, that's fantabulous. Nobody talks to me since Grenada. There's a prison near here. Weird place, spooky place too.
I stayed there a spell. Nice view, but loud ambience. I wouldn't go there. Everybody but me that went there never came back. Those scary girls made sure of that.
That prison sounds pretty weird, Crash. There might be some link between it and Evil School.
Alright, so we're going into... Wait, hold on. But isn't where Nina, isn't she usually in Evil Public School? Which is where I think we are going to be heading to later on. Or am I imagining things and that was the area we visited in Crash of the Titans? Maybe. I feel like I'm overthinking things right now. Let me just bash open a few more of these. I mean, I'm not even getting that much mojo, to be honest. I don't know why I'm bothering. Really should have gotten, like, combo up a little bit so that I could get a multiplier on it, at least. They say Tigress was the only one to survive Kai's absorption in the original concept, and only one of her eyeballs was stolen by him. And that should show that, like, Tigress is, like, you know, one of those characters you do not want to mess with. I think that is a good way of showing her strength in particular. Because, yeah, like, she comes off as, like, a strong character. They just need to build her up in ways that don't result in just telling us she's strong, though. You know? One of those things. Alright. Let's head down this slide here, or whatever this thing looks like. Ah. Yeah, we're not going to be going much of anywhere else. And I love, at least, like, with climbing on the wall here, that we're moving pretty quick, you know? Really not wasting any time here. Boom, got it. Yeah, Tigress is definitely a character worth respecting in the Kung Fu Panda universe, and she's also, like, what, at least in my opinion, my favorite character in the Ferocious 5. Sorry, Furious 5. You know what? I'm actually pretty tempted to play some movie tie-in games as part of these streams as well. Like, after I'm done with Mind of a Mutant, I was actually thinking of playing games like the Despicable Me game, or, you know, again, other games based on movies like Ratatouille, or it doesn't even need to be limited to DreamWorks. It could be Disney ones as well. You know, the options are available, so, I mean, it's a case of why the hell not, right? Boo, I got hit. Okay, so I guess these things are invincible. The way Kai destroys the building in the original concept was even more severe than the final major damage version. Wait, I just need to bust these boxes open before... No, I got hit. Boo. Anyway, what was I saying? Because the whole building exploded to ashes and Evil Poe's whole town as well. I mean, yeah, that there is that aspect to it as well. Oh. Do I want to pop down? Yeah, I think I probably should. Larger damage. I would have loved to at least seen, you know, these original concepts and, you know, make a better judgment call for myself as to whether or not it would have actually been a better thing had that been what had happened. We all know that, like, tone dictates not just the story being told, but also how things might end up going through just extrapolation of just watching a thing happen. I mean, Legend of Rabbit was a great way of showing of, like, what another way Kung Fu Panda could have been handled. I'm talking about Martial Law Fire, I should say. I think so far we've only seen Ratsicles as mutants so far, so I'm sure we're going to be seeing Magmadons later on when we finally do reach the lava place. I don't know why I'm even able to remember some of these locations, but it's probably because I played the PSP version. But like I said, I just don't remember ever finishing the game though, which is probably surprising in and of itself. Kai did not destroy a building in the original concept. He killed women. He killed women and children, as well during his fight to kill Shifu and the Furious 5. Why am I saying ferocious? Holy crap! Aku Aku is voiced by Greg Eagles. Yeah, I think we talked about this before, Francisco. But yeah, I appreciate like the voice. It's nice to listen to for sure. I mean, like during every cutscene, I don't mind just sitting there and just listening to just Aku Aku talk the whole time. It's a real good time. Wait. Huh. They've got some Magmadons here. Let's go. Question is, how do I want to handle this? Oh, energy. Okay. Are they only going to attack me one by one? Okay, I'm going to jack this one. Not run to the right. Take on the mutant to the right. And then... No, I can block. Cool. But I do want to ask everyone, like, if I were to like start playing some games that are actually like, you know, based off of you know, movie tie-in games, would that be an interesting thing to play through? Kai's original portrayal sort of reminds me of Darth Vader because he does not care to kill even the weak, as cruel as that version was. But then that shows how genuinely evil the character is, so I think that that's more of a beneficial thing. Also, is the one on the left blue? Am I just... Is the magma not on the left blue? Or am I imagining? No, they're both the same color, never mind. I think when it comes to like kids movies, like, if you're gonna create like a villain, you want to make them be genuinely evil sometimes. Because it's very easy to look at something and be like, that seems evil, but then when you know what true evil is, it's kind of like, oh, very different. Got him. A 1v1 on a Magmadon is insane though. Do you mean like Frieza, which is considered the most evil DBZ villain even more than Cell? Kind of, yeah. Like I think exactly with Frieza. At least when Frieza goes golden mode, for example, that's like a very good example of it. You know, the golden Frieza. When he tries to like attack and destroy everyone and kill everyone. You know, same idea. I should probably wait to actually head back. Okay, so on shallow water we can surf. Interesting. Right, here we go. Grab this one and just grab these. One here. Do I want to jump over to there? Probably not. Oh hell yeah, I'm surfing. Not anymore. Whoop. That was also a bad move. There we go. Jump on and then jump off. Okay, so where's this surfing area gonna lead me exactly? Or is it just going around in a circle? Not just going around in a circle. Got it. Sneeze, and then let's keep moving forward. Cell at least had some respect for Goku because he plays fair on how he wants to take over the world. True, like Cell does see him as such. And with Frieza on the other hand, he's just more than willing to do whatever it takes to win. He is just that kind of guy. Anything it takes, that's all he's after. Also, whoop. I'm glad I managed to jump up there. Okay, cool. Let's bust open some glass. Because I do want to, like, you know, upgrade my Magmadon. But the problem is that, like, he isn't great in combat. At least not when I'm using him, apparently. I think I'm just gonna stand here for a bit. Jump off. Ah, man, I didn't think I'd be talking about Dragon Ball of all things now, though, because it's been... I think I've been on, like, a 2 to 3 week, like, Dragon Ball sabbatical after playing through a lot of Dragon Ball Genshin Squadra, which is it's not a fun game, is what I'm gonna say. I thought, okay, look, MOBAs are MOBAs. Surely, like, it's not going to be, like, you know, bad or anything. And it wasn't a fun game to play through, is what I would say. Despite now having earned all the achievements in the game. Even Frieza's brother Cooler sees him as being too extreme with his actions on getting rid of a benefit to their own organization of destroying the Saiyan planet. Yeah, exactly. Like, he was also way too, like, far gone. That is how far Frieza had gone. He was already, like, too far gone even for Cooler and stuff. You know what's really funny? We don't really see characters like Cooler anymore in Dragon Ball because the only time we see him is, like, when they actually, like, make Dragon Ball games, for example. Like Xenoverse 3 or Genshin Squadra. At this point. Because I feel like I hadn't seen Cooler in, like, ever. Oh, let's jump onto the water. Let's do some swimming. Upgrade health. Nice. Alright, where are we heading? Where are we dropping? Got him. Special attack upgrade for, okay. I think I've almost fully upgraded. Like, I'm playing through the game in a way where I'm trying to, like, upgrade as many of my mutants as I can while also upgrading Crash as much as I can. So that's why I'm, like, kind of trying to get, like, a high combo initially and then just trying to change to Magmadon, for example, since I'm not using him in combat, to basically benefit from my combat prowess with, like, other mutants. What else we got? It's too bad I can't control the camera! You know what, screw it. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna be getting any more hits, I don't think. Here we go. Jump over. I think the Swordsmith Village arc would have been better if they could have used the lower moon demons that were killed off by Muzan instead of using the upper ranks. That's one of the biggest problems that I feel like Demon Slayer has had during this during that particular season, is it made the upper ranks look weak, and it also makes me wonder how much weaker like other upper rank demons that have already been beaten and lower rank demons, how much weaker they look because of like how I think it was upper 4 and upper 5 that were fighting during this time. I think I can't remember exactly who, but I think it was them. But basically, yeah, both of those uppers were just weak. And the presentation just didn't really help matters either. And then you had the Hashira training arc before leading into Infinity Castle, which is where we're at the moment with the 3-part movie. Part 2 apparently is going to drop either end of this year or beginning of next year, from what I suspect is going to be the timing, because for some reason, like, there's a lot of discussion about like when that movie is going to drop. And to be fair, like, I'm hoping that it's end of this year so we get part 3 sooner, but yeah, I really do think it's going to be a 2-year waiting window. Upper 4 and Upper 5 should not have been using that arc. They should have saved them for the Infinite Castle arc to develop them better. Though in saying that, I think that is not a criticism of the anime. It's actually a criticism of the source material. I think that the manga should have handled it in that way so that the anime would have ended up doing the same thing. But yeah, you're right. I do believe that like they made Upper 4 and Upper 5 look way too weak. But now we have a lot more information on Muzan as a result of like him inviting all of like, you know, the good guys to now then be able to team up and actually like fight on his home turf. The Infinite Castle. The castle that has absolutely no ground and no roof and is just absolutely insane by all accounts as far as like structural integrity goes. But hey, if you're able to fold space, then I feel like the building structure probably doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things, you know? I've got someone who's been hounding me about construction, I think for like the past couple of weeks, so that's why. Do you think Akaza is the least upper moon? Least evil upper moon demon. Least evil? No, I don't think he's the least evil. Because the thing is that things happen for a reason. The movie showed that Akaza was in a position where he became a villain because of the strength that he lacked to not be able to protect someone who he really wanted to protect. In saying that, least evil upper rank demon. Actually, you know what? Maybe he could be. Yeah. No, there is actually like that could very well be the case. Because who is less evil than him? I would argue maybe like the Upper 4 and Upper 5, because they're too useless to do anything themselves. They try to like trick people, but because they suck so bad, they were never able to show how evil they could be. That's the only reason why I'm saying he might not be like the least evil. He's definitely not the most useless, at least. We can say that with absolute certainty. He's damn strong. Also, I don't think I can go this way. Huh. We'll ignore this path for now, because I'm sure there's going to be some sort of collectible here. I think he was a bad person since a teenager because he was willing to kill people to get money. but it was from being poor. And that's the thing, is like, that's what we call being a victim of circumstance. Is that, did he do it because he felt joy in it, or was he just that guy? Like, if I were to look at it, I would say Kira from JoJo Part 4 is a genuinely evil motherfucker, because he is just killing people because he wants hands. Can he get like hands in any other method or way? Yeah, he could. He could go grave robbing, but like, liking hands is not like a necessity, if you know what I mean. Whereas like being poor is like, you're kind of stuck in a terrible position to begin with, so you're just kind of doing what you can to get by, basically. Whereas like liking hands is not a life-death situation or circumstance. Or Dio. Dio is no, Dio isn't even evil. He just kind of hates for the sake of hating, I guess. Come to think of it, I still haven't seen Part 6 yet, and Part 7 is airing at the moment. Crazy stuff, right? I never watched JoJo Part 6 because of the way Netflix was doing like their distribution of it. People said that Upper Moon 2 was Doma was the most evil demon, much more than Muzan, because he joined them because of similar ideals. I mean, I feel like we're about to find out, aren't we? Because the main focus is gonna be on upper 3rd? Upper 3? Why I say upper 3rd? Because if you've ever made videos and content on YouTube, you could do like lower thirds and stuff, so I don't know why I said that. Hello. This game is so much fun playing as TK. Hey Doc Ripster. Thanks for joining, So we're just making our way over through now. And you've joined us, I think, pretty early on in the game as well. Now that I finally got a key, we can actually move in. Though, in saying that, I can't remember how long this game is. Traveled to the ice prison, so now Nina's school. Welcome to my stream today. We'll be playing Crash Bandicoot Mutant Masters. Actually, come to think of it, I remember that the mobile version of like the phone, the brick phone version of the game of Mutant was called Mutant Island, if I remember right. Crazy stuff. Actually, you know what? Do I need to blast these guys? Probably not. I think I can just kind of get away with like hitting the switches and just dodging my way through, basically. So I think we're good there. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be bringing out the, actually, no, probably should bring him out. I'll use, the, crap, I forgot what he's called, Magmadon. Crash of the Titan on DS is a hidden gem. It really is. The side-scrolling action. In fact, Jonathan was, like, mentioning it before, how he, played through, Mutants and Titans on DS as well. Same idea. It's just that it's so much more different than every other version of Titan and Mutants that is on every other platform. Like the PSP version tries to copy the actual console versions, for example. Whereas, yeah, the DS version, it simplifies everything and kind of reminds us of like how Crash used to be, while still having the monster mayhem, the whole monster mash. Mechanic of jacking Titans. Oh, fell off. Damn it. Oh, no. I do not know what happened there, but hey, sure enough, let's just get back on the grindstone and keep moving forward. Also, pretty sweet looking mojo here. Slopping down. Alright, here we go. So what do we want to do here? We want to just, I guess, go into here and just push this around. I think DS is 3D mostly, but with side-scrolling sections, while Mutant DS is all 2D. I think so. Mutant DS I know is entirely 2D, yes. But like, I'm pretty sure like because it's side-scrolling, it's probably fair to assume that it's probably just 2D with Titans as well.
Crash, you can jump to another climbable area. Just press the jump button when you're in position.
Just keep moving. Wait, hold on. Do I need to go down? Yeah, probably. Ah, here we go. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So I do need to... Wait, do I go down from here? Yeah. Okay. So now I'm like actually against the wall here. So I'll wait for this to go. Sweet. And then I'm going to jump backwards to here. Oh yeah, sweet. Okay, I think I've got the movement down for this area here.
Soon we will return to the Evil School's secret northern entrance. This Hall of Freaks and Mutants is perfect for the Evil School's science fair. Nina will be doomed to suffer.
You know, to be fair, I don't think I've actually heard the minions talk this much in Titans. They really did. So we've got more information on Nina's school, and now we just have to go back to the Ratical Kingdom. The place we were at before we even went into this Ratical prison to begin with. Mutants on the main console versions has costumes with abilities. Costumes with no abilities. Yeah. Because we were talking about this before, how like I did not make use of the abilities in Titans, and so I basically made the game harder for myself for no reason at all. Whereas like now... Okay, cool. Like, the outfits look cool, but the thing is that they don't have any, like, practicality to them, you know? Same idea, I suppose.
Students of Evil Public School.
Evil Public School, there you go. I don't think Nina is going to help us, considering that her and Cortex basically just kind of blasted off at the end of Titans. No man, it's 3D. I have Titans DS on my 3DS actually. It's awesome. I believe it's the only Crash 3D platformer that isn't on main consoles. Huh. Then why did I think it was 2D? Yeah, you know what? I might be tripping here. Ooh, what do we have here? Interesting spot to be in. But the bulk is 3D. Okay, it has side-scrolling sections from the earlier games, but it is bulk 3D. Okay, fair enough. I really do need to play the game on DS. I've got an emulation like little handheld, so I use that for playing DS games and the like. So I should actually give it a shot, to be honest. What the heck was that? Hold on, wait. Got him. Alright, let's jack him. I think that Mutants and Titans are unique enough to where you can actually have like a feeling of wanting to play it, like an actual itch to play the game, and not find anything similar at all. Like, you know what I mean? It definitely feels like something that you could just keep playing forever and ever. I think the reason why Kung Fu Panda 4 and 5 and 5 Part 2 were made to make up for the original conclusion of Kung Fu Panda 3 idea. Do we even know that Kung Fu... Wait, so... I think we have a suspicion that Kung Fu Panda 5 is being worked on, but do we have any confirmation that 5 was going to have 2 parts, or am I like tripping balls here? I've heard some fans say there's like cross between console Titans and original trilogy, since it brings back box collecting and feels like the later Crash 4 with the Wumpa collecting, a lot of platforming and bonus stages. I think it's probably fair to say that there's a lot of what's the word? Inspiration. Yeah, there you go. I feel like that there's a lot of inspiration from other Crash games to kind of bring the whole thing together, if that makes sense. Because at the end of the day, regardless of the fact that like Titans and Mutants is one different part of, you know, the Crash history of games, it's still part of, you know, the Crash series. So at the end of the day, it's not really all that different from, say, something like it can take those ideas, I should say. What the heck is in there? Yeah, anyway, another mutant? Yeah, anyway, they can take ideas from earlier on in the series and be able to put them in, you know, into current, or not current, but like different styles of games. Like they could have brought gem collecting back. TK. Let's take him.
Oh, you're gonna like this one, Crash. This Titan can throw enemies around using the power of its mind. How can he do it? Science.
Science.
See,
Got
there's
it.
something you can move around by using this telekinetic guy's powers.
Wait a second, am I using this right? Alright, here we go. Wait, can I move it while I'm on it? Probably not. Let's go here. Cool. And then... probably can't jump that high, I don't think. Nope, that's probably not gonna work. I wonder if I... wait a second. And then toss it over here, I guess. Ooh, wait, what's that? Cool. Oh yeah. What's this? Hold R1 and then... oh yeah, I can hold R1 to aim and then square to grab it. Got it. Alright. So that means I can just toss things around here. Here we go. Nope, that didn't quite work as well as I'd hoped. Yeah, superpowers. TK stands for telekinesis, yeah. No, that's fair enough. Didn't really pick up on that initially. You know what? We'll just keep moving forward. I'll come back to that later. Definitely gonna need TK for this one. Wait, hold on. How do I swap again? It was R2, right? And then hold R1 and got it. What about, let's say... oh, I don't think I can reach from here, can I? No, it doesn't look like it. Hold on. Wait. So I just jump over here. And I'm going to grab one of these bombs. Ah! Throw it on the enemy. Haha. Why did that not work? Maybe let's throw her to a TNT, I guess. Nope. Oh well. I played the old Papa LaCroix game on PS1 with fan translations because it was in Japan only. I'll be completely honest, I didn't even realize there were more Papa LaCroix games since, crap, what's it called? Outside of the PS3. Haha, blew him up. Nice. Alright, here we go. And then, boom, throw. And then we're just going to grab this bomb and then blow up, hopefully, that thing? No. Oh, okay, this thing comes out, actually. Gotcha. Wait, but there's an apple to the left there. Alright, question is, how do we get through here? Watch Mojo? I haven't actually seen, like, the Watch Mojo channel in a long-ass amount of time. I wouldn't necessarily say they're, like, you know, somewhere I would go to for content at all. I mean, probably back in the day, I would have said, yeah, maybe, but, like, even then, they probably wouldn't have been my go-to in any meaningful way. But, yeah, I think definitely right now, I can say with absolute certainty, yeah, Watch Mojo is basically kind of a waste of time. Crash got his mojo back? Of course he did. Popular Crows originated as a manga in the 80s and later expanded into games and anime after that. Huh. More you know, I guess. Wait, so what am I? Oh, yeah, there we go. So I think I opened up the thing in the back. Yeah, same. Always get the Watch Mojo suggestions, but never watch LOL. Yeah, I don't know, like, they're a content mill. They just make a bunch of stuff and then hope that people watch it. Whether it's, like, truthful or not, like, it's just junk we can, like, easily, like, Google anyways. It's like talking about how, like, if I'm having, like, a random conversation about throwing, like, let's say, plates, and then it hits a, you know, like throwing plates outside. It's like a random conversation about nothing that they could turn an entire video on. My grandma watches Watch Mojo. Well, I mean, obviously, no smack to your grandma. I'm just saying, Watch Mojo, not, I wouldn't say is, you know, quality content necessarily. Now, the question is, how the heck do I get over? Oh, actually, I probably don't even need to. I can just hit the switch. Let's go. I guess it's just one of those things, isn't it? I mean, I'm more than happy to talk smack about Watch Mojo. Because you aren't what you watch, is what I would say. She watches AI-generated brain rot too. Okay, you know what? There's nothing else for me to say, I suppose. I think you said everything that needs to be said. I heard the creator of Popular Crow died last month, which seems depressing that the new material will never be made after the 2018 phone game. That's actually kind of sad to hear, all things considered. That's unfortunate. Ooh, I had a bit of gas in me. I'm just like sitting here drinking some bevies and just having a good time, you know what I mean? I'll throw him into the TNT. Why did the TNT not explode? What the heck? You know what? I'm just gonna hide TK for a bit, because I'm gonna need him for later. That's fair. I mean, I got nothing else to say. I feel like I'd be talking too much smack at that point. To be fair, my grandma also does the same thing. She watches a bunch of like AI generated videos, and I'm just kind of like looking from a distance, just kind of disappointed. Well, hold on. Do I double jump and then press square and then that? No. Okay, helicoptering not really working for me at the moment, since I'm pretty sure that doesn't work in this game like it used to. Tonky Kong. More like Conky Tong, you know what I mean? Ah, boy. Wait. Okay, we're drowning. We're drowning. I repeat, we are drowning. Ah, it didn't work. Well, she doesn't even know most of it. It's AI most of the time. Relatable. What can you do? What can you do, though? If something looks too good to be true, it usually is, and this is very much in a very similar thing. What is your grandmother watching now? Watch Mojo? I'll be honest. I think Rock Dip is sorry, Rock Dip. Sorry, I said your name wrong. I think Doc Rip is grandma's probably still watching Watch Mojo even now. Like most top 10 most embarrassing royal family moments or something. Holy crap. Like, okay, I live in a country where like we care about the royal family and stuff. I don't think people care enough to watch Mojo videos about the royal family though. I mean, yes, they are our king/queen. Well, the queen died and then the king became the king, and I don't know. Stuff's been happening since then. That's all I can really say with certainty, you know? Take that for what it's worth. Wait, hold on. I need to... No, I probably shouldn't have taken that one out. Man, the royal family is like the worst drama that could ever happen, I think. Oh, there's a collectible here? Wait. Let me just jump up here, grab TK, and then we're just gonna take this thing out. I'm gonna jump up here. Oh, no. Let me just grab this thing. Freezer burn. Lamau, yeah, what happened? The queen is okay. The queen is now the king. Okay, yeah, basically that's exactly what happened. Yeah, the queen is now the king. Basically, nothing too off the rip there. Now then, how the heck am I? Oh, okay, I know what I need to do here. So I'll pop this thing back in, and I'm just gonna jump up using TK to kind of as like a springboard almost. Dang. Though in saying that, like, it's good to hear that your grandma's still around. I mean, you want people to live as long as possible, but then at some point when they like live long enough, it becomes kind of more painful. Then you kind of like figure out, is it like more humane to like want to keep someone alive even if they're in pain, and a bunch of other junk like that. Serious stuff, but I mean, hey, you know, it's something that we'll probably have to deal with in the future, including myself. Now, puzzle time. So, what's the up and up on here? So, if I drop down to here, obviously I have to take that out. That's a must. And I'm gonna take this one out. I'll leave the other one in, I think. We'll see how that goes. Oh yeah, I have to take it out anyways. Whoop. Jump up. And away we go. We're on the roof of the cave that we were in before, I think. I need to push something into here. Let me grab a random object. Do we have anything? No. Nope. Okay, I think we can just kind of bash it open then in that case. Pretty damn sure that's gonna be something around here. Nope. We'll just attack it, I guess. Nope, that's not working. Maybe I can get like a random object or something. Because there doesn't seem to be anything around here that I could use that's like immediately obvious as a item. Some people thought King Charles was going to exercise his power more, but he didn't. There was an alternative history movie called King Charles III, where he caused a revolution and dissolves the government. You know what? That's actually kind of interesting. I don't think a lot of... Well, I imagine a lot of people think about something like this. Basically, the idea that, like, alternative history is actually pretty interesting, depending on how you want to, like, present it. That's why something like, crap, what's it called? What was I thinking about? It was, Wolfenstein. How Wolfenstein made World War II more interesting in a way. Like, alternative history can do some pretty cool stuff. You just need to be creative enough to come up with, like, what that alternative history is, you know? I can't help but think that there's supposed to be something here. Unless, like I said, I'm tripping balls or something. Yeah, it doesn't look it. I'd rather have more evil Kai from Kung Fu Panda 3 concepts because his motivation is easier to understand than the vague comedic where you are not sure if he's evil or good. I mean, you seem like the man who would stand on business is all I'm gonna say. And I respect the idea of standing on business, but yeah. Okay, could have done that. Didn't realize it until now. Return to the Ratsicle Kingdom. Let's go. Oh, there's something down here. Hold on. Let me pack away good old TK and see what's happening here. God, I love the music though. When you're like digging underground. But what sucks is that it's the same music no matter where you're digging. So even if you change areas. Yeah, alternate history is super interesting. A lot of potential for dystopian realities where fascist governments dominated the world. Oh, there's actually another game that I was thinking of outside of crap, what's it called? So I did talk about Wolfenstein and how Wolfenstein 2 did a great job of that. Another game that actually came up was Atomic Heart, I think it was. Was it Atomic Heart? Wait, give me a second. I need to Google this real quick, just in case if I like didn't misquote anything. Yes, it was Atomic Heart, which was like Wolfenstein is also like Man in the High Castle or Hunters. Actually, you know what? It's good that you brought up Man in the High Castle because I actually was recommended that show before, but I haven't had a chance to watch it yet. I know it's on Netflix, I think. Or I could be completely wrong about that, but yeah, like I absolutely need to check out Man in the High Castle. This is actually a pretty good reminder that I probably should. Alongside Sonic Prime, among other things. I think the darker version of Kai was also meant to have a different voice actor to portray his more evil demeanor. And if they, again, if they want to go down that route, yeah, 100%. Ooh, yeah, communist robots. I mean, why the hell not, right? Oh, God. People were thirsting after those robots, let me tell you what. I feel like there was supposed to be additional life here somewhere. Am I tripping? I feel like I am. I'm just gonna save real quick. Meaning to play Atomic Heart and Wolfenstein. Oh, 100%. And I mean, if you're also willing to go a little bit further down that route, there's also, can you talk with NPC for side quests? Yes, I do need to talk to the guy with the exclamation mark as well. What was it? In addition to Wolfenstein, there was also Wolfenstein The Old Blood, which was an alternative, like, alternative take, where now instead of, now you've got Nazi zombies to deal with in that insane area as well. Fallout has some alternate history elements as well. Yeah, 100%.
Well, rude. Anybody really been time to be complete incompetence?
The architect says he's not impressed by a telekinetic chicken. I disagree. That thing is hot.
An interesting statement, to say the least. Oh, actually, you know what? I can flip the switch here. What's this gonna do?
What is that thing? Seriously?
I recommend playing Chicken Little, the video game, because it was more well received than the movie. I'm pretty sure I do actually have the PS2 version of Chicken Little on here.
But in my four-legged days, I was a proud warrior of many a hard-fought battle.
I thought that the guys who had side quests were the ones that had like exclamation marks on their head or something. Lol, I'll check it out. I hate that so much. It's I hate that I found that funny. But like, again, respect given to, again, anyone who can make good dad jokes, you know what I mean? I feel like dad jokes don't get the respect that it deserves, because it requires a level of cleverness and wordplay that can only be found when it comes with puns, you know? Alright, so we're gonna make our way over to Evil Public School, if I'm remembering correctly. I think. What's this guy up to?
Evil School must be on the other side of this gate, Crash. I think we need a mutant that spins to open it.
If it's not too much trouble, Crash, can you go to the desert nearby? Lots of scary bads for you to fight. They spin, too.
We're gonna get some roller, whatever those dudes are.
We should head back to Wumpa Island, Crash. You can take the route we originally traveled to get here.
So yeah, we're traveling backwards. Summoning the mutants in pockets reminds me of comedic Kai. Yeah, no, that seems legit. Like that makes sense. Hold on, wait. How many optional missions do I have? How much have I completed actually? No place like Wumpa. I haven't done that yet. Freezer burn. Huh, haven't done that either. Evil School, I haven't gotten to that yet. We're about to go to the Rhino Rollers to get the Wasteland to get Rhino Rollers. Junkyard. Mount Grimley. Yeah, there was one of those. Can you dig it? Yeah, that's easy enough. Wait, what's Duplex Crash? Defeat one enemy in co-op mode. 50 enemies in co-op. A large projectile from a mask in co-op. Okay, these are co-op specific. Both players jack a raticle at the same time. Interesting. Thank you for not punishing me. Oh, that. Whoo, boy, I'm just reeling over at the moment for a second. I'm just kind of not nodding my head, but I'm just like shaking my head a little bit. I know you can't see it. All I can really do is describe it, but know that I am indeed shaking my head a little bit here. Just saying. Actually, wait, is it even possible for me to just make my way back going this way? Pretty sure it should work. Because I don't know if fast travel would make the game better or worse. It would make it more convenient when it comes to playing the game, yes, but I don't think it's like the worst thing in the world. Backtracking though. Wait. Wait, am I? Oh yeah, I am able to hit the switch. Let's go. You know what? At least one really cool thing that this game does compared to Titans is that at least you're able to travel to and from areas, so nothing is particularly missable. And like Titans takes a more level-based structure, whereas here you can kind of just openly travel between areas as long as you visited it the first time as part of the story. You can just kind of travel between them, so that's actually really nice, I would say. Now that being said though, how the heck am I going to get across? Oh, okay, just jump. Never mind. Here I was just internally panicking. Ah, Raticle, where are you? Damn, okay. TK is down, TK is down. I repeat, TK is down. Alright, so every time I keep looking back at the chat and seeing thanks for not punishing me, I'm just like, oh, that hit good. It's like, it's so bad that it's good. That is the essence of a pun. After you beat Mind of a Mutant, what are you going to do next? So, the original idea was I was actually going to play through the PS2 GTA trilogy. Vice City, or GTA 3, Vice City, and San Andreas. That's what I was thinking about playing. But then I also thought about, well, what about, like, you know, movie tie-in games as well? So I'm kind of, like, in a bind at the moment on, like, I feel like, because the thing is that I'm actually playing through GTA 5 for the first time at the moment. Do I want to jump into the GTA trilogy now, or do I want to play some movie licensed tie-in games? Stuff like, you know, Over the Hedge on the Xbox, for example, or Shrek 1 and Shrek 2, you know? What's the general vibe on that type of thing? So that's why I was asking the question earlier of, like, if I were to, like, you know, stream movie tie-in games, would that be something that would be up anyone's alley? Kung Fu Panda 1 is a good choice since it expands on the movie lore. that actually might be a good idea, because the thing is that most movie tie-in games usually tend to be trying to do the movie again, not necessarily expanding on what the movie was, if that makes sense. I'm not even gonna go. Reciprocating human is a concept in some economic theories of humans as competitive actors who are motivated by the improving their environment through positive reciprocity. Hell of a statement. Not sure what to make of it, but whatever we do as people, we just kind of share amongst each other. Well, I mean, I say that, but like Reproducity. Because reciprocating is the idea of you doing something for someone and then them, you know, doing something similar, the same thing in kind, right? Unless I'm completely looking at that wrong. The Kung Fu Panda 1 game sequel called Legendary Warriors made a what-if scenario where Tai Lung survives being killed by Po. That does actually seem like a pretty damn good idea. Hold on, wait. Let me check something real quick. I wonder if I've... Because the thing is that I do have a bunch of games on here, but I'm not sure if I have Kung Fu Panda 1. Give me a sec. What I'll do is I'll save and then I'll just quit the game to double check. I mean, how much longer am I going to be streaming for? Like another, what, 20 minutes? Yeah. Because then after this, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be, crap, what's it called? I'm going to be, recording some more videos. And in fact, I'm going to be doing something a little bit different. So, yeah, I was hoping to do that as well. There we go. Let's just pass by again. Am I stuck? I am indeed stuck. What the heck? Here we go. Now I'm down. I'm just going to trigger the TNT and let that explode. Now I could drop down. Oh, actually, wait. I'll wait for this thing to pass. Yep. Okay, I guess I'm just gonna drop down here and try and make my way across. Ah, here we go. A place to save. Sweet. The first Kung Fu Panda was a good game with tight controls and has even more, even has the Wuxi sisters that appeared in an animated special a few years later. I feel like that was a bit of foreshadowing in that case. That they added on characters from like later on down the line. Okay, so now that I've saved, I'm just gonna shift the screen a little bit. Hey Moavi Knight, how are you doing? How are you doing? I'm just gonna change the screen to the start screen for a second while I have a quick look-see to see whether or not I actually have the Kung Fu Panda games on here, because I don't remember if I downloaded them or not. No, I didn't. I've got Killer 7 though. Legend of Spyro, Manhunt 2, Mercenaries. Would I get in trouble for playing Manhunt 2? Probably. Ooh, Scalar. That was a good platformer though. The Simpsons Hit and Run, the Simpsons Skateboarding and Road Rage. I've got Sonic Heroes, Sonic Riders, Sonic Unleashed. Like, I've got a lot of good games that I want to play through. So, there are options there as well. Crash Nitro Kart I've already done. Ape Escape 3? I think it might be better if I do, like, the Ape Escape games as well. Oh, man. Like, this, again, so many games. Crazy stuff, you know? Yeah. Let's see what's happening on the up and up, because I'm just stretching at the moment, which is why I was quiet for a second. But I'm going to be doing a lot of like videos where I'm pretty sure I'm going to be talking about like two topics that kind of closely relate to each other. Kilo Oda was very underrated. Oh, Klonoa, you mean? Klonoa, yes, I agree. Klonoa was very underrated. And I do actually have the re-release on my PS5 at the moment. So yeah, like Klonoa is another game that I'm thinking about as well. Like that would be pretty sweet to play through. Yeah, so it really does feel like the world is my oyster as far as like what game I want to play through, because I'm very much spoiled by choice at the moment. Does that mean I've got decision paralysis? To some extent, yeah, but it's not like the worst thing in the world. In fact, I think it's really good to have some decision paralysis. It's a good problem to have, you know, when you're not able to decide what it is that you want to play. And to be completely fair, if I do end up playing the GTA trilogy, for example, what I'm probably most likely going to be doing is I'll be playing the definitive edition. And I probably will continue to play the game until I get the platinum trophy. So that would be I would be getting a lot of streams out of it, is what I would be saying. But also it only works as long as, or maybe unless I only play the story, for example. Do you watch any TV shows at the moment? So TV shows, not really. I watch a lot of anime. Because the thing is, I haven't watched like a TV show in a long ass amount of time, I would say. I did watch The Boys. That was probably a more recent thing that I've watched. But the thing about The Boys is that I stopped watching at season 3. Because that was the newest season at the time. Season 4 and 5 seemingly just kind of go downhill, so I don't know if I want to go back and watch it again or continue watching. The original Fatal Fury fighting game was good for its time, for introducing Geese Howard to rival the Capcom's M. Bison. I mean, Fatal Fury, yeah. I was also thinking of like SNK versus Capcom as well. Was it SNK versus Capcom? SVC Fury? That was another game. Pretty sweet stuff.
To go to the Temple Coliseum.
Oh, The Boys ending was crazy. Worth it, IMO. Really, though? I've been hearing some pretty negative things about it. Reach the desert. Okay, that's the next objective. So, currently we are here, and we're going to the... So we have to pass through the area to the left. Gotcha. Yeah, because, yeah, like I said, I haven't heard great things about The Boys, and so I've been pretty hesitant to want to go back to it. It's quite divisive. Understandably so, at least based on what I've heard, where it's like, okay, now we're just kind of going into a more political direction, and I'm just kind of like, I think I hear that enough on Philip DeFranco's videos at this point. Why not just, you know, chill for a bit, and let's just kind of relax a bit with the whole political stuff, yeah? Which Street Fighter 2 villain you thought was the most evil, Balrog, Vega, or M. Bison? Most boring? To be fair, I didn't really play Street Fighter 2 that much. I kind of jumped into Street Fighter at around Street Fighter 4. Which makes it difficult for me to actually, like, decide. Also, how the heck do I get down from here? Am I going the wrong way? Am I just... Oh yeah, there we go. I guess I just had to get off my reticle. But if I were to take a guess, it would probably be... Vega? Lol, understandable. A lot of people go to TV for escapism. I don't know why I just tripped up on that word. And don't like it when it parallels the real world too much. That being said though, and this might be worth mentioning, I'm not American, by the way. So... a lot of like American stuff is actually kind of like affecting us in other parts of the world as well, because of how America is seen as like a leader of sorts. So sometimes what happens is like other parts of the world mimic what America is going through. So there's that part of it too, but I digress. Let's just kind of leave that behind and enjoy some games, yeah? Speaking of which, I'm Australian too, so I'm guessing you are. No, I'm actually in New Zealand. So we're basically neighbors across the ditch. Though, to be fair, I don't think many people say they have much of an Aussie accent. You know, being Kiwi and all that. There's 23 story missions and we've already done 8 of them. 10 out of 50 optional missions. We're making some pretty damn good progress, I reckon. Though, one thing I mean, I kind of get it, but in the Skylanders show, what was it called? Skylanders Academy? Crash appears in like 3 episodes and has like a Aussie accent. If Crash had a voice, would an Aussie accent actually suit him? And the only reason why I'm bringing this up is because of the convo that we just had right now. I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking way too hard about things. But I mean, being a Bandicoot and all that, you reckon that will be the way it'd go. Oh, I'm sorry. It's kind of hard to tell sometimes. Nah, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Again, it's just like, it is what it is, right? I feel like more Kiwis are going over to Oz as time goes on, you know? Why is Crash Can Talk in Skylanders show but has to be silent in every game? The funny thing is that I don't think he should be talking in the Skylanders show, because the thing is, he's supposed to be a mute dumbass, right? That's the main idea. And so when I see the Skylanders show, like, I did watch a couple of episodes. I know we talked about this last week, Jonathan, but like, yeah, like, it just, I don't know, man. The Gamers Joint is a Kiwi gamer who is pretty cool. Ooh, Gamers Joint. Oh yeah, I'll check him out. Walter, what is up with this clock?
This item indicates a mojo challenge for you. You'll be
Okay, mojo
constrained by
challenge, got
special
it.
rules, but if you succeed, you'll gain a valuable treasure of mojo.
Ooh, I like me some mojo. Let's grab it. And I died.
I'm so excited, and I can't conceal it. Somebody stop.
Let me just take these guys out, and then I'm going to try the mojo challenge again. But yeah, there's so many Kiwis that are like going over to Oz that like, it's kind of sad, all things considered, that cultures are kind of seen one and the same. Even though we share a lot of things. I thought being silent is the charm of his character because it was supposed to be the player itself. Not really, because like, again, keeping in mind that Crash, by all accounts, is like an experiment that Cortex was working on. And unfortunately for Cortex, things didn't work out because he just escaped. Resulting in Crash basically just kind of really messing with him. I mean, that's just kind of how Crash 1 starts after all. At least that was like kind of my assumption, was like he was supposed to be a mute dumbass. A lot of people from the moved to the UK from Australia, lol. So I guess it's NZ, AU, and then UK pipeline. But the thing is that like UK doesn't even have AC, and it gets bloody hot in like half of the buildings and stuff. Like, can you imagine that right now? That somehow it gets really hot over there in the UK, and yet there's no like no AC. But also at the same time, it's really funny because crap, what's it called? It's really funny because like it gets pretty hot in like Oz, for example, so I wouldn't be too surprised by that. I was freezing cold when I went to Oxfordshire in UK. You probably went during winter, I reckon, rather than summer. I feel like summer you're gonna be like melting, all things considered. Why do I keep saying that, all things considered? No, I fell. In saying that, I'm gonna be visiting the UK soon anyways, because I've got family over there. Unfortunately, I don't know where my part of the family side of the family lives in the UK, so I'm gonna have to check that out later on. But yeah, it is what it is. Yeah, you know what? I'm just gonna do the challenge later, because again, the game's relatively open nature is just fun enough to kind of go through. But I'm pretty sure the desert is in that direction. Out of way somewhere. I mean, how many like Aussies go to the UK on like a yearly basis? I wonder why Spyro allows to talk if he was a rival to Crash. So technically the rival stuff only came around because we played on the PS1 a lot, and like our premier platformers were Crash and Spyro. So we just kind of had like this preconceived notion of like, oh, like these two have got to be related in like some way, right? And that isn't necessarily the case. Because Spyro and Crash were created in a vacuum at the same time, remember? Like they were made by two different studios, and if they were supposed to like come together at some point, that would have been done during the planning stages. But yeah, like again, origin story, Crash is a mute dumbass, and Spyro is a just dragon. The talking element just kind of came naturally, I would imagine. It's kind of a rite of passage for Australians to go to European holiday since Australia is so isolated. I mean, come on, like we're islands in like the middle of the ocean. Like again, Australia is like the biggest island nation in the world. Japan is an island. We're an island, and then of course you got the Pacific Islands like Tonga, Rarotonga, Fiji, Samoa, like all in that space, right? That's just like you know, our part of the world, so to speak, right? I mean, what else we got? And I mean, with Europe especially, like I feel like don't a lot of people also go to Bali as well? Because I feel like whenever I like, especially a few years ago, at work, every time someone went on like an OE or whatever, they would always go to somewhere like Bali, for example. I feel like that's a very common thing to happen. Okay, so we've already been through here, so I'm just gonna kind of travel through. Oh no, the door's already open, so I don't even need to go that far. It makes me wonder why Jak and Daxter declined, but Ratchet & Clank could still manage to make new games once in a while. I think, and this is actually my thoughts on it, I think it's because of the development studios. I think it's because of the development studios. Because the thing is that Insomniac are still making games, but they're making more Marvel games, which is why I don't like what they're doing at the moment. Whereas with Jak and Daxter, it really feels like Naughty Dog has moved on from Jak and Daxter, and since then made the Uncharted trilogy, made The Last of Us, and now it feels like they're moving more and more away from what, you know, they used to do. Like, they aren't doing platformers anymore. Yeah, I went to Bali and there was so much Australian-focused tourism attractions. Bitang beer is Indonesian, but became an Australian icon somehow. And that to me makes no sense. Like, why? Why is that a thing that happened? Like, personally for me, like, when I want to go for, like, my next holiday, the last holiday I went on was to Japan, but that's because I love Japanese culture. The next holiday that I'm either going to go on is either a return trip to Japan or, you know, take the family over to Europe. Like, one of those things. Going for, like, European trip to, like, you know, going to countries like, you know, France, England, you know, visiting family there and stuff like that. You know, same idea. Kind of struggle to find authentic Indonesian culture, to be honest. It was very gentrified and commercialized. Reminds me of the moon and Futurama. Oh, actually, you know what? That's a pretty damn good pull. Because I can totally see how that would work. I'm just wondering if I'm even going the right way. Hold on. There's this. Oh no, it just comes back around. Okay, all good. We're not gonna go that way. Where else are we hidden? Okay, so we're hearing explosions, which means we're going to be heading to the desert soon. I think we're just like heading in this way. Okay, not sure what the heck happened there, but hey, I'm here. Cool. Do we head backwards? Oh no, before I do, I should probably like save. I watched the anime called Recreator and thought it was characters getting transported to the real world Japan was an interesting premise. Recreators? Why do I feel like I've heard that name before? Hold on, let me check this out real quick because I feel like there's something there. Like my brain is remembering something. Recreators. Oh, wait, hold on. It looks like it only had a single season of 22 episodes back in 2017. Huh. I feel like I've heard of this for some reason. Interesting. Okay. Might have to check this out later on. There was a 22 episode anime that never got an English dub. And I mean, to be honest, not getting an English dub, probably not the worst thing in the world. Given that, the only reason I would ever watch an English dub if it's so bad that it's good. Like, funny bad. Or bad funny. Whatever you want to call it, right? Wait, am I going backwards here? Oh no, this is where we ended up beforehand. Wait, so which way am I supposed to be going again? Wait a second. What I'll do is I'll take control of TK here. I probably don't recognize any of the references, to be honest, but it looks interesting. It does? And that's why I was like looking at it being like, oh, this could be something that I might be interested in. But my biggest beef is with the fact that isekais have taken over to the point where it's like hurting my want to watch anything. Like, I just completely avoid isekais completely.
I think we'll need
I've only watched a few anime like Death Note and Attack on Titan. No, that's fair enough. And I mean, like, if you have any interest or you watch anything in particular and want to get some recommendations, I mean, I'm happy to do that. Again, like, I'm the kind of person who's been like watching anime for like the past 10 to 12 years. Sword Art Online Fairy Dance English dub was actually better than Japanese dub for the worst arc. Fairy Dance. Hold on. So, if it's fairy related, it would have had to have been what? Season 2? Second half of season 2? No, first half of season 2. Because that's when it takes place in Alfheim Online. Alright, so I'm just gonna jump over here. What are we looking at? Okay, I think this is a new spot because we got access to TK now. What I'll probably do is I'll end up, I think, ending the stream when I find the next save point. Also, is that a Scorporilla? Because I can't see his tail though. But he looks like a giant gorilla bloke.
Oh boy.
Cool. So, I am going to take over him. I probably should have kept the thing. Yeah, that is a Scorporilla, but the thing is his tail doesn't look like a... crap, what's it called? It doesn't look like the kind of tail you would expect to see on a Scorporilla. What I'll do is I'll have to keep attacking this guy and hope that I can get him. Nope. 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 No. It's counting down. Beastar's dub is so good. Usually I'm sub only, but the first few episodes have some really weird translations. Huh. Okay. Yeah, I'm open to recommendations for good anime. So far, only a few have really appealed to me. Because the thing is that, like, it's tough to recommend until you have, like, a bit of a taste. So I would say try a few popular shows and then see, like, what kind of works for you. Whether if Attack on Titan worked, you might like something like Carbonary of the Iron Fortress as an example. You know, like, stuff like that. I think the anime characters that appeared in Recreators were loosely based on actual established anime like Shakugan no Shana. Well, I didn't think I would actually be talking about Shakugan no Shana, of all things now. Wait, I'm actually hitting him? I feel like I shouldn't be for how big a Scorporilla is. Wait, I'm almost in. Got him. Shakugan no Shana is a very old series about a girl who can control fire. And her name is Shana, of all things. Funny stuff, huh? But, yeah. When did that air? It was like the early to mid-2000s, I want to say. Oh, I think I need to smash the ground with the Scorporilla here. Carbonary looks interesting. So, basically, Carbonary of the Iron Fortress was supposed to be a sort of... People called it a clone of Attack on Titan. And that's why people kind of dismissed it for the most part. And I feel like if people called it the clone or a lesser than version, then I feel like that might be something that could be up people's alleys. I think it was 2005, and there was a PS2 game based on it alongside a DS version in Japan only. That totally believable that it would be Japan only because of the fact that, you know, I don't think Shakugan no Shana was actually like all that well liked outside of it, since it kind of like fell into the magical girl kind of area of things. Reach the desert. Okay. Are we here? We doing this? Wait. Am I going to the left or the right? Oh, I'm going left, yeah. Left. Love how quick the transitions are though, but it might be because of my like emulation hardware that it's actually working pretty damn well at the moment. Got him. Alright. Oh, save points, and you know what that means? So I'm going to be saving here.
So we can open those doors.
Yeah, so to get through the door to get to Evil Public School, we need to get a Rhino Roller from the Rhino Roller Village, which is where we're at with the story currently. So I'm just going to do a quick save here. Yeah, so I don't usually stream for long, only for a couple of hours each week, but I do schedule my streams. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, of course, as usual, I'm going to end the stream here, and I'll decide what I want to play after I've finished the... Crap, what's it called? After I finished Mind of a Mutant, and what I'm going to look to stream after that. But, you know, we'll see what happens. Hope you play Kung Fu Panda next. I'm going to have to see if I can get an ISO of Kung Fu Panda. Or a physical PS2 copy, since I still have my PS2 lying around here. So, we'll, I'll probably end up grabbing that later on. So, yeah. With all that being said, though, I'm going to end the stream there. And I'll catch you guys next week on the next stream. Peace.